Before we go, we do want to highlight one more, give out one more grade to a very important integral part of the NFL, and that's the officials. And Matt, I think both of you, we don't need to deliberate here because I think we both have very similar opinions on this. It's safe to say that the officiating has been absolute garbage so far this year. And I want to just talk specifically about the friggin' taunting penalties that have been happening. And it came to a head on Monday night with the Raiders and the Chargers with this friggin' Darren Waller BS of him spiking the ball out of bounds on the opponent's sideline with, I mean, anybody could watch that unless Darren Waller's just has a second career of becoming an actor or potential or something to that effect. I mean, 14 total taunting penalties so far. We had 11 the entire 2020 season, 14 now. At this rate, we will have close to 100 taunting penalties by the end of the season. And it doesn't just stop there. I'll have you take the lead on this, Matt, because I know that you feel strongly about this. You took the social media last night to rip the officials. So why don't you go ahead and take the floor here?
Well, and you said it, because the taunting is definitely one of the two things at the forefront of this issue. And before you had brought it up to me, I didn't realize how much of a how bad it's getting this season comparatively. Obviously, it feels bad, but when you hear that number, it crystallizes it. But you have things like the roughing the passer that has just gone out of control, where you see things like Chase Young's hit this week on Matt Ryan, where it looks like Chase Young doesn't even know if he should go for the tackle or what to do because he doesn't know how to not get a roughing the passer at this point, and still gets a sack taken off the board. But then you have plays that are just being blatantly missed. And it feels like if you're going to have these officials who can miss the Devontae Adams defenseless helmet to helmet hit, call these fumbles wrong on the field so consistently that are changing games, miss clear holding penalties and defensive pass interferences and offensive pass interferences, but they can catch every little minor spike, every little jab thrown in the most violent game on earth that is still played at this level with this much popularity, money, and stakes involved. It's just nonsense to me. The officials struggle every year as it is to put an emphasis on something as nitpicky and subjective as unsportsmanlike conduct that can disqualify key players from games if it happens more than once. We talked about it. It's ruining the league. There's no other way to put it. It ruins the league to have these issues all together at once.
Yeah, and not only is it, I mean, yes, it ruins the league, but it is overcomplicating so much that just seems to be unnecessary. It's going to be interesting. Hey, if we continue at this rate come playoff time, I mean, it's going to make for some awesome television, at least, because we'll be able to just watch it unravel for us. Hopefully, I mean, you know, as a Steelers fan, as a Patriots fan, we're probably not going to be rooting for our teams in the postseason. Who knows what kind of run they potentially go on? Probably not going to happen. Maybe the Patriots. I still kind of believe that with the second spot up there in the AFC East up for grabs. But still, dude, you said it perfectly. It is ruining the game, and it's just very frustrating. It's very frustrating. So we'll see what the players union has to say about it.
Absolutely.